Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing.
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie. Today I put together 30 of my best Easter Dollar Tree DIYs that I've done on my channel. My theme today is lots of natural greenery and stuff like that brought into Easter decor. Hope you enjoy. I'm going to take a little bunny sign from the Dollar Tree and some of their faux turf. Now I got this faux turf at Dollar Tree Plus for $5. I'm hearing from the Dollar Tree employees that this stuff is super in demand. I got mine a couple of weeks ago when I first saw it, and I've never seen it again since. And I want to save most of it for my table decor because it's so cute. But I'm going to use some of it to cover this bunny because I wanted to do a version of this little wood bunny that kind of looks like a wreath, like greenery with flowers and stuff like that. So I'm just going to pop off the little bunny tail just because it was kind of sticking out and I didn't really want to have that get in the way. But we're going to cover the rest of this bunny with this turf. Now, there's other ways you could do this, and I had to make this DIY twice because of my camera issues. And so I'll show you the other way that I made it using Dollar Tree moss after I get done with this DIY. So I just actually sketch out the actual bunny shape on the back of the turf. It's got like a rug kind of backing, and I just Sharpie all the way around so I can cut this out. It's kind of got like a black plastic coating like underneath the turf. But how cool is this? The minute I saw this, I picked up a roll of it, and now I kind of wish I would have got more than one roll because so fun for Easter decor. I love using any kind of grass that I can use, anything that's going to look cute with like little Easter eggs and stuff like that down inside. So I'm just going to trim this out. It was actually pretty easy to cut, but as you can see, it like is very messy because you're going to be cutting off grass as you're going. So definitely be prepared for that if you're going to cut some of this turf. But I think this is going to be so cute. I just wanted like a bunny covered in greenery that we can also cover in spring flowers. So just cutting that shape out. Again, the bunny shape is usually not too intricate. And that was actually pretty easy to do. It's just a matter of cleaning up all of that mess. And here is our little bunny. I'm not going to worry about the little wood bump outs for the ears. I don't think they're really going to get in the way. And just laying that out, making sure I cut the bunny down to size. It's going to cover up any of the wood. And you can kind of see like the black plastic around the edges a little bit. So I was kind of trying to flatten mine out a little bit to try to cover that up. And as you can see, it does shed like a little bit. But really cool find for a Dollar Tree. The next year they need to order more. I wasn't super impressed with the fact that you could see that black plastic around the edges. So I thought I could go in and kind of trim that up a little bit closer to it to try to avoid seeing it. But you know what? You can still kind of see it even after trimming it up. So I kind of make it work, but I was trying to minimize the amount of plastic that was kind of sticking out there along the edges. Maybe if you cut it like a little bit more at an angle, you'll get less plastic around the edges and more just like straight turf. So I just trimmed mine down a little bit more until I was happy with it. The problem with that though is that now you can see a little bit of the wood sign back there, and you can still kind of see some of the black. So I thought about kind of using more turf to fill that in, but I think it's close enough that we can make it work. I had made this project already, and so I have two of these little bunnies. I'm going to have to gift one with moss, and so I did not have any more moss left to remake the project, so I decided to try to use the turf, and I'm glad I did because it turned out really good. So I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue the bunny cut out of turf onto the wood bunny sign. Just like that. And I did want to kind of mask the fact that you could see the wood around the side. So I'm going to have to kind of touch that up a little bit. And I'm trying to trim off any of the plastic, the black plastic that might be a little bit over the edges. Just trying to trim it up as best as I can. Isn't that so cute? We have a little grass bunny, perfect for decorating. Now, since I can already see the black plastic, I thought about painting it green around the edges, but I decided to kind of go with the black because that's going to kind of make it kind of blend in. So I just went around the edges of my wood bunny where you could see my visible wood with my black paint pen. And that totally kind of made that kind of disappear into the black turf. And so that was a quick, easy way to fix that. So I just went all the way around with my black paint pen, and any edges that you can see, I just kind of touched those up. And what we're going to be covering this with is just Dollar Tree flowers. I found some really cute little tiny flowers in spring colors, and I thought we could have little flowers like growing out of the grass. But for the bunny tail, I wanted to use something fun and fluffy like a bunny tail. So I'm going to use one of the pink carnations from the Dollar Tree. I thought that'd make a perfect little bunny tail. So I'm just going to attach it right about here where I think it would work. I left the stem on it, and I just put a little hot glue on the stem and glue that down into my faux turf for a cute little bunny tail. And then I want to use these smaller flowers to kind of decorate it. These were the smallest flowers I could find at Dollar Tree. These are like the hot pink baby's breath. Now, they don't pull off. You have to actually cut the stems on these to get little flowers. And so I just cut the stems off, maybe like a half an inch. I didn't want it too long. And I just put a little hot glue on the tip of those flowers and pushed it down into the grass so we can make it look like a yard full of wildflowers. And I want it to be super colorful and fun. So I kind of did that hotter pink color all around, kind of scattered those out. Now these are the spike. These have little white flowers that you can actually pull off. So I pulled those off and just hot glued those around too. I want to do like pinks and whites and yellows. I think that'd be really pretty. This is kind of a softer yellow. It's called Tweedia from Dollar Tree. And they have like two different flowers. They have this one that's got like 6 petals. They also have a smaller one. I'm going to use some of the smaller ones here as well too. Right here at the top, that one only has like 4 petals. And kind of just scatter those around evenly as well. And this is the soft pink baby's breath. It's just a little bit different color than the first one that we used. And so I'm going to add a little bit of the soft pink in there as well. Kind of making sure all the areas of the bunny is covered with little flowers. And so I don't really want like too many open spaces of green. So I just kind of keep adding flowers until I'm happy with it. It's so cute. I think I like this one with the turf a little bit better than the first bunny that I made because again, I spent hours trying to save that video file to show you guys that DIY. And it was not salvageable, even with my expensive software. So I had to just make it again. But you know what? I really kind of like how it turned out. What do you guys think about our little wildflower Easter bunny made out of grass? I think it's super fun. Let me show you the one that I made out of moss. So this one I just glued Dollar Tree floral moss all over. I think it's still super cute. And that is an option that you can do if you can't find the turf. But I kind of like the brighter green color of the turf if you can find it. So I guess I'll have to gift one of these because now I kind of have twinsies. But this is how mine turned out with the grass. The little Easter grass bunny with all of the beautiful spring flowers all around. And you know, I live in Florida, so spring is not like quite as exciting as it is up north. I used to live in Missouri and in Pennsylvania, so I still remember the joy of spring. Okay, for the next DIY, I was actually inspired to make this from a blog. Let me give them a shout out. It was createmakedecorate.com, and they did a little bunny bait bag using some of these little bunny bags from the Dollar Tree for a burlap bag. And I'm like, you know what? I have some of those, and I want to do a little carrot DIY for you today. So the first thing I'm going to do is to cut off the little triangles there at the top. There is also a tag here that is kind of in the way, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that down. I'm just going to fold mine over a little bit at the top and kind of have mine be open. She kind of tied hers off, but pretty similar. And I want to stamp bunny bait on mine. So I have some little letter stampers that I actually found at Dollar General. And I'm going to use a stamp pad that I got at Dollar Tree. So it is a green one. I thought that would go with the carrot theme. And so I'm just kind of ignoring the bunny face on the back. It's not really important. I wasn't too sure though if my stamping would go all the way through. So I just cut my ink pad packaging down and slid the cardboard inside, but it looks like none of it went through. So that step's probably not necessary. And trying to figure out which way this end goes. That looks good. And I'm going to start stamping. I'm going to do bunny first. So I kind of do the middle end first so I can kind of get that centered. And I did not push hard enough. So that did not turn out perfect. But you know what? I'm going to distress the bag. And so I kind of want it to look like not so perfect. That's kind of the fun of stamping like this kind of burlap and material anyway. So again, I'm just spelling out the word bunny. And then we're going to do bait on the second line, and I want to fill it up with those little carrot picks that you see there from the Dollar Tree. I love stamping on fabric. It's probably the only time I've used these, but I was so excited to find these at Dollar General. I know I can always find the ink pads at Dollar Tree, but I've never found like the stamped letters like that. And these are a great size. So I'm going to go ahead and clean those up, and then to make the bag look all weathered, I'm just using coffee grounds, just dry coffee grounds, and just using my finger to rub those in. Supposedly this works a little bit better than if you get it wet, and I just wanted a little bit of a dirty bag. Nothing crazy here on the front, just a kind of an all over weathering, and I just kind of rub that coffee ground into the bag. It's probably going to smell good too, right? Now, I don't want the back to be super white though, and I do kind of want to cover up that bunny face, so I put more coffee on the back. I probably rubbed a little harder back here and make it a little bit darker just to kind of disguise that a little bit. But I just want it to look like a dirty little bag, and this trick worked perfectly, so shout out again to that blog for the great idea of using this bag for a little bunny bait bag. I think she called hers bunny treats maybe, but I think bunny bait's super cute. Now, when I fold it over like that, the strings, the stitching on the side kind of came out, so I will have to kind of glue that back down, but I don't want that part to be super white. So I'm using the same thing by using the coffee grounds to kind of weather this too, and I kind of like this technique. It's a lot more forgiving. I was going to use like some antique wax by Waverly or something like that, but I kind of liked not getting the bag wet at all. So you can just keep DIYing. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down just on the sides here, just to leave that open. And I want to do the same thing here on the back. And this was the perfect size for this. I love like the little stringiness of the raw edge there on the top of the bunny bait. And then you're just going to need something heavy to weigh it on the bottom. I have a lot of these little pebbles from the Dollar Tree, so I'm going to use that, but you could always use like rice, beans, anything that you could weigh like down at like a sock gnome or anything like that. You can use the same kind of thing here. I want it to be rather heavy there at the bottom, so it will stand up all on its own like that. And then for the rest of it, I'm going to use some of this. Have you seen this polyfill from the Dollar Tree for $1.25? Great find. I definitely have picked up a couple packages of this. I'm just going to use a little polyfill just to make sure it stays nice and open and kind of fill up the space that I don't need. Now I'm going to use those little carrot picks so they will go down through the polyfill and kind of stab into the rocks at the bottom to stand up. But I want the top to look cute, kind of like dirt. So I'm using just some of this brownish floral moss from the Dollar Tree. I have this floral moss like in brown and green. I kind of just pick up whatever I can find at Dollar Tree. So if you can't find this, I think Spanish moss would work really well too. And I filled my bag up all the way, just making sure it stands as a standalone bag by itself. And then we're going to use all 3 of the carrot picks. If you can't find the carrot picks like this, you could always just use the string carrots that are on the garland or the individual ones. They're just a little bit smaller. And I just braked off the little like pick, and I want the middle one to be a little bit taller. So I'm going to break the side pieces off a little bit shorter and just sticking those down into the bag and down into those pebbles at the very bottom. The pebbles actually worked really well for that. Once I got them all in there, I thought they were sticking up a little too tall. I kind of wanted them to be down in the bag a little bit more. It was a little top heavy. So I'm just going to pop them out, break off another inch or so on the picks and put them back down in there. And that made it look a little bit better. And I thought that looked better. And that's really all there is to it. It's just a matter of organizing these little carrots. I did find though that when I pushed them all down in there, I did kind of push my floral moss down in there. There wasn't a lot of it sticking out of the sides of the bag or like in between them. So I just kind of went in and kind of filled that in a little bit more. So it's a nice full little bag of bunny bait, and this is how it turned out. Super easy to do, super cute, and let me show you how mine turned out. It's very weighted well, like on the bottom, so it stands alone. It doesn't tip over or anything like that. And I really like the simplicity of just like the old weathered bag with the stamping on there. I think it turned out really cute. Even though I did stamp that in twice. Okay, for the next DIY, I'm going to be using one of these little wire baskets from the Dollar Tree. They have these in all kinds of pastel colors right now. I chose pink. I'm doing a lot of pink with my spring decor this year, and I wanted to do an egg basket planter. Now, for the eggs, I went all over. I even went to another town for those little pastel polka, like speckled eggs they always have at the Dollar Tree, and none of my Dollar Trees have them. They only have the gold ones. So somebody must have went around and bought up all the eggs, or they didn't get them in this year. So I had to be resourceful, and I found these egg garlands from the Dollar Tree, and these are covered with like glitter and sequins, which is not really what I wanted to do, but I think it'll work. And the colors are really cute. They are like pink, green, blues, really pretty pastel colors. So what I did was just put a little chunk of floral foam in the middle so I would have something to put the flower in and kind of fill up some of the space needed for the eggs, because it was kind of hard finding enough eggs at the Dollar Tree to fill the basket up because it's kind of large. So I got almost the perfect amount by using these garlands. I'm glad I got as many as I did, because as you can see, it is really loading up. Now these do have holes in them, so I'm just pulling them off the strings that they were on, but they're not real noticeable holes. I didn't really want to get any of the eggs that you could break apart. I wanted like a more complete egg like this. And I just pull all of those off the string. We're going to use every single one of these to fill up our little egg basket with Easter eggs. Now this is going to be the bottom for a little floral piece for Easter. And so I just kind of want these all scattered around. I tried to kind of alternate colors and stuff like that to, make it look a little bit random in there, the basket full of Easter eggs. And then to fill it, we're going to be using some of the baby breath from the Dollar Tree. And I ended up using a total of 4 sprigs of the baby's breath. I know my camera is not focusing well. I had so many camera difficulties getting this video done. I had to completely remake some DIYs. I had to go get new firmware for my camera, get a new SD card. This video was definitely a challenge, but I finally got it done. But this one is a little bit blurry because I messed with my camera settings so much. I don't think my focus was quite where it should have been. But as you can see, I am just cutting off the baby's breath. I decided to leave the leaves on mine to kind of cover up the foam block and anything that I really don't want to see here in the middle. And I'm just cutting them off with a couple inches of stem where I can put it down into the foam block, and just kind of randomly scattering it all around. I want to kind of cover the entire top of the egg basket with these. And probably the most challenging part on these was just getting that tag off. For some reason, they were very sticky, but I'm glad I got more of the baby's breath than I thought I was going to use, because it definitely took a lot. And I really like the neutral white and the really tiny flowers to combine with the Easter eggs. I think it looked so cute. So that is how far 3 packages got me, but I wanted it to be a little bit fuller. So this is the 4th package of Baby's Breath or bundle. And I just cut those out and kind of fill it in a little bit more. You really can't go too full with this. And I'm glad I used the foam piece down in the middle because that definitely made arranging this so much easier. And that is basically all there is to it. We have our little Easter egg basket with Baby's Breath on top. I think this is so cute. It would look great with all decor styles, and how Eastery is that? I absolutely love it. It's so fun. I picked up one of these little baskets in like the mint green color too. I thought that would be cute to do, like maybe like a coastal DIY or something like this. But here you go. You can get a way better view of how this turned out with a Baby's Breath on top, filled with all the pastel Easter eggs in that cute little basket. I absolutely love those. I think they're so cute. I'm going to use just a metal single wreath form from the Dollar Tree. This is the one that's like in like the 3D pack that's got like some extra little parts on it, but they're easy enough to pull off with like a pair of pliers. I thought like the individual wire wreath form would be better for this because I want to wrap it with Dollar Tree garland, and I don't want to have to worry about covering like one of the 3 or 4 metal ring ones. I thought this would be a little bit simpler. And I'm just going to leave that one on there. I thought about making it into a hanger, but once you start wrapping it, you kind of lose that. I wanted to do the egg shape, but I couldn't find the egg shape at my Dollar Tree. But you know, I guess you could always bend it like an egg shape. I ended up doing it round. But I want to combine this garland from the Dollar Tree and, of course, the little string carrots from the Dollar Tree to make a really cute little Easter wreath. I don't think I've ever used this specific garland from the Dollar Tree before, but it was really nice. The greenery is like wrapped around this like brown wrapped wire. And so it's very moldable and stuff like that, but it looks nice too. And I'm going to use that to kind of disguise the wire of the wreath form. Now for the first row, as you can see, it's not super long, it's 4 foot, and this is a large wreath form. I'm going to be making a big wreath here. I'm going to just start here at one end, just wrapping that wire around. But I thought I could do zip ties on the first row just because you're not going to be able to see them once I get good coverage on everything else. So I am just going to use some zip ties here, like about every 4th of the way around, just to provide a good base and to make sure that kind of stays on the front of the wire and doesn't like slip to the back. This wasn't my first choice for like greenery for a carrot wreath, but I kind of like the fact that it's like green and white leaves. I think it looks really cool in the end. So that's how much coverage one of those garlands will get you. I'm going to use a total of 5 today, but you could probably get away with 3 if that's all you could find. So I'm just going to start just to kind of in a random place. Every time I kind of switched it up a little bit. And just wrap it around and wrap it around what we have. I want to just keep building it out and trying to make it like a more substantial wreath. I want it to be really full. But as you can see, it kind of looks cool like that too. If you're going to use maybe a little bit less greenery, you could probably get away with it. I went ahead and picked up 5, and I wasn't going to use that many, but once I kept adding these, it got a little uneven, and so then I went back and I had to use the 5th one to make sure that, you know, the greenery is kind of even, and then I can just scatter those little string carrots all the way around. And I was really kind of impressed with this. Sometimes the garland and stuff like that from the Dollar Tree is kind of cheap and falls apart a lot, but this one was actually pretty good. So that's what it looks like after 3. That's why I was saying you could probably get away with 3 because that looks pretty good. But you know what? I bought the garland for this project, so I might as well use it all. So I'm just going to wrap these second 2 garlands around and we'll have a nice full wreath here. I really like those string carrots. I think they're always so fun to decorate with, and I don't think I've ever made an Easter wreath with them before, so this was a fun little challenge. All of the DIYs today are going to be really super whimsical and fun. I had a lot of fun putting these together. Lots of carrots and rabbits and flowers, all kinds of fun ideas, and eggs and stuff like that. So this is my last and final one. This one was kind of sewn together. Makes me wonder why. And this is just going to get wrapped around just like all the other ones. And I wasn't going to use this one, and then I really just kind of needed to even it out. So that is why we're doing a garland number 5. But as you can see, in the end, it looks pretty cool because like that brown wire like kind of looks like grapevine, like it's like braided together. So it gave me like a really cool effect. Now it's time for the little string carrots. I am just going to hot glue those and just scatter those out all the way around the wreath. Just trying to keep my spacing kind of even, and I thought it would look best if I kind of just did them all in the same direction all the way around the wreath form. We're also going to add a bunny touch to this wreath at the very end, and I think that made it really cute. I'm going to dangle him down inside the carrot wreath, and I was really impressed with how well this turned out. I will definitely keep this Dollar Tree garland in mind for wreaths in the future. Just make sure that you pick up quite a bit when you see it in the stores, because 4 feet does not get you very far with these. The carrots, though, are a great value. You can get these in a bag, like loose like this. You can also get them like on the garland and like the twine and just take them off. But look how cute the greenery looks combined with the carrots. It really made it look fun and festive for Easter. So I think that looks pretty good. Now just time for the bunny rabbit. I'm going to use a Dollar Tree sign, and I want to kind of just dangle it down inside, but I just want to use like the bunny head. I thought that would be a little bit less colorful and kind of go with the vibe of that sign. And it's painted really nice. It's got glitter on its ears, but otherwise I really like the little bunny face. I think it's super cute. So I'm just going to use a little heat here to remove his ribbon. And then these Dollar Tree signs are, totally thin enough that you can cut these with just a razor blade. You don't need to use a saw or anything like that. Just go through it a couple of times and it should break right off. So once I got the bow out of the way, I was able to just, cut it right along his little bunny chin here. Do bunnies have chins? And I think I had to cut it like 3 times to get a good cut, and then just bend it back. And then you just have a little bit of that like pressed wood to snip off. He's already got hangers through his ears, which will come in handy because I can use that part to hang on the wreath form. I'm just going to use my sanding block to kind of even up my cut there at the bottom and make it look a little bit more round. And then I'm going to remove the hanger here because it's not quite long enough, and I'm just going to replace that with some twine, and I can tie each bunny ear individually to the wreath form, and it turned out really well. So just make sure that you're tying him up fairly even so he dangles down right. But isn't that so cute? I really loved how this Easter wreath turned out. Hopefully you like it too. I love DIYing and decorating for Easter. It is definitely one of my favorite holidays. And you can use the wreath form to hang it, or you can just attach some twine to that to hang your wreath up. But I absolutely love how it turned out. It's nice and big for a Dollar Tree wreath. And this is a little close-up shot of our carrot and greenery Easter wreath with the little bunny rabbit hanging down inside. Isn't he so cute? I think it's really fun. I guess you could always kind of bend it if you want the egg shape as well. These little chunky wood shapes for Easter are so cute. I want to give you another idea for how you can decorate the little wooden bunny. I thought flowers would be beautiful, so I chose the smallest flowers I could find at Dollar Tree. Tweedia, hyacinth. Pink and white I thought would complement each other nicely, and they're about the same size. So you know what? Let's cover this bunny rabbit with flowers. It's already got that beautiful like wood grain on there, so I don't really mind that showing through. You do have to trim the flowers down a little bit though to make the stem of them short enough, but normally your flower is going to fall apart. So what I ended up doing on this was just making sure to glue that stem to the wood. Therefore, it kind of all stays together. So when I trim it off, I do leave a little bit of stem on there, enough to glue it down. And I thought we could alternate like pink and white and fill this out, make a little floral bunny. And it turned out so cute. It's not like a really crazy shape or anything, so I think it's going to be pretty easy to do that. So again, I just go like pink, white, pink, white, and I'm just going to keep doing that all the way up. Now on the Tweedia flowers, the ones at the very top have less petals, so you'll have to kind of keep that in mind. The white ones all seem like they were the same, and this was so easy to do, and it just turned out so cute and springy, and just a really fun way to decorate this. You could also do this with like the little wood chick, the wood carrot, the wood Easter egg. They have so many of these, and every time I see them at Dollar Tree in the Easter section, I want to pick one up because they're just so great for crafting. I was kind of inspired to make this piece. I used to have a bunny rabbit that was covered in flowers all over. It was very intricate, and whenever I would store it for Easter, it would always lose some flowers. So kind of gave me the idea to cover this with flowers, and I think it turned out really cute. So I'm just going to do both of the bunny ears, again, just alternating everywhere I can. And then maybe the small flower for the little bunny nose, because I didn't have a lot of room there. And really the only place I have left is like the little bunny paw sticking out there on the side. So one more flower and this is complete. And that's so cute. From the front, you can't really tell it was made out of wood at all. And I really love it. I think it's super sweet. Let me show you how it turned out. Just trying to make sure that I didn't have too much overlap of the flowers, so it still has that great bunny rabbit shape. And this is how it turned out. Our little floral Easter bunny. I love him. He's so fun. I was really going for fun on all of these Easter DIYs today, so hopefully that is coming through in this video. Isn't he cute? Love it. Okay, for the next DIY, I wanted to do like a little shadow box of Easter eggs. So I picked up one of these Dollar Tree signs. It's got pretty tall sides, so I think we can get that shadow box look. And then I got a bunch of these little string eggs from the Dollar Tree. I love these. I wish they just came individually though, instead of on the little picks, because I always have to take them off. And they're a little tricky because you don't want the string to come unwound. So I'm just using my heat gun. I just have it turned on and I'm just heating up the glue on all of these and hoping I have enough to kind of do like eggs all over, like kind of like a display piece of like a exhibit of Easter eggs. I had a couple of pink ones left over from last year, and this year I was able to pick up lots of different colors too. And so I think I'm going to have a random selection. Now, this is what happens if you pull it off without heating it up, but one of mine was actually kind of already apart like that. It came in the package like that. Just a matter of gluing the string back down. But you have to be careful with them. They're really cute, but they don't like to really come off those picks. So then I'm just going to kind of start alternating them, laying them out. I'm going to have them all kind of going one direction, and I want my pattern to be random. I don't have a lot of pink, so I have to kind of spread that out evenly. And then I had a few more of these left over from last year, so I think I'm going to have plenty to be able to fill out this little shadow box. So we're going to make some egg art here. That looks good. So 5 times 4, 20 of the string eggs. Now it's just a matter of attaching them. They actually fit really nice on this square frame like this, but definitely lay them out in advance. You know, you don't have to do a square. You could always do like a like portrait or landscape size, whatever you've got. But this worked really well, especially because the frame has the like larger sides. But it is that kind of like unfinished wood, so I'm actually going to DIY that too with something that's going to coordinate well with the string Easter eggs. So I've got them all glued in place, and I'm going to use this, the green floral moss from Dollar Tree, to kind of try to represent like grass all around the sides with all the Easter eggs inside. I thought that would be a fun way to decorate it. And this is a little messy. It does stick together, the floral moss. But I'm just going to do like half of a side of a frame at once so it doesn't set up too much, and just glue that. I do want it to kind of look a little bit, random on the bottom and really kind of stick out to give you that like greenery effect. And I'm really glad that I added this because I think it really took it to another level. It really made the eggs pop in it. And I love the idea of just making art like this with the Dollar Tree Easter eggs because I love them and I always have to pick some of these up for sure. This would be really cute to do with the flocked Easter eggs that they had on the garland in Dollar Tree Plus this year too. The ones that I used to make the Easter candle holders. I have lots of Easter DIY videos if you haven't seen them yet. Easter is definitely one of my favorite holidays to decorate for, besides Christmas. So here at the top, I'm just covering up the hanger. It's kind of got like a new kind of hanger on it where it goes all the way through. So I can have the hanger on the back without really having to worry about that being in the way. And that really kind of like cleaned up that frame and just gave it a really fun little Easter vibe. I think it goes really well with the eggs. I want the back of it to be kind of clean. I don't really want any of the floral moss down between the eggs. So just kind of blowing out any extra pieces that may have fallen in there. I was going to do a bow on the top of this, but I thought it didn't really need it. I think it looks super fun for Easter and a fun way to decorate with those little string eggs for sure. What do you guys think about our little Easter egg shadow box? Super groovy. I love those eggs. You can see how beautiful they are, especially when you like get lots of different colors like that, kind of mix them all together. I always like kind of doing like a display like this to kind of display something a little bit more unexpected, like little Easter eggs. Okay, have you guys seen these carrots at Dollar Tree? Only a couple of my Dollar Trees carry these. They're like in with their fake food section in home decor and kind of across from Florals in mine. But I picked up 5 of these carrots and they're plastic. They have the greenery on them. They have a texture on them like a real carrot. And I thought we could put like these together in one of these like little wood crates from the Dollar Tree to do a little carrot patch. A very easy little carrot patch with some realistic looking carrots. Now, I think I've had this little bin for a while because it's kind of broken. But I want to stain it and I don't want the hot glue to get in the way, so I'm going to glue it after I stain it. For the stain, I'm just using Antique Wax by Waverly and just using a little bit on there. And then I'm going to go over that with a baby wipe to kind of get in all of the little grooves and to lighten the stain a little bit. I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm going to do that on all 4 sides of the crate. And then I'm also going to do it like on the top and the very inside edge where you can kind of see in it a little bit. But otherwise, I'm not going to do the inside of the crate because you're not really going to be able to see it. Just kind of anywhere that is visible. And then I want to attach a little word to the front, so I'm going to use one of those little hop words. I thought that would fit on there perfectly from the Dollar Tree. And kind of paint that like a pastel color too to provide a little box, and we can stand all these carrots in it like they're kind of growing straight up like in a garden. They kind of look realistic, the carrots. They also kind of look a little bit like toys. I'm going to add a few more details to mine to try to make them look a little bit more realistic, but I think they're cute and they're a nice size too. So once I get that all stained, I'm going to go ahead and start to dry that then fix my broken corner here with some hot glue. I definitely have learned my lesson there. Definitely don't hot glue stuff like that first, because then, the stain's definitely not going to adhere to it. So that looks pretty good so far. I just need to attach that hopper to the front. So just picking my favorite size. You get 2 of these in a package. I'm thinking maybe, oh no, there was 3. I think I used one of these last year as well. I'm going to do a pastel blue. This is Apple Barrel Cloudless. And I haven't been able to find the makeup sponges at Dollar Tree lately, so I'm using stencil daubers. Those work great as well, but they're definitely more expensive than the makeup sponges. I hope they get more in stock. Just 1 coat of paint on that raw wood is really all I need. I'm not going to do any details or anything like that. I just kind of wanted a little pastel word to add to the front. You could also use like a paint pen and spell out like carrot patch or something like that in like a print font. That would be super cute too. And I just hot glued that to the front. It's a perfect size for that little wood crate. And I think it's going to be plenty large enough to add all the carrots. I do want to add a little bit of color variety to them though. They are bright orange. This is pumpkin color. It's kind of a close orange color to it, but I'm just using one of those little chunky brushes from the Dollar Tree and just kind of distressing in one direction, just to add a tiny bit of variety in color to kind of make them look a little bit more realistic. If you wanted to, you could always go in all of those little grooves with like a paint pen. That might give you more obvious color variation, but this was just a quick, easy way to kind of distress them and add just another color. Just because the plastic's all one color of orange makes them look a little bit less realistic when everything's the same color. So as you can see, just a little bit of variation in color. I do like the greenery on them though. I think that's super cute. I don't have to do anything to that. Now I do want them to stand straight up. They are large carrots, so I don't really need to use any foam or anything like that. I'm just going to hot glue 1 to the center here in the back. I wanted to do an odd number, so I'm going to do 3 in the back, 2 in the front. And I'm just using hot glue directly on the bottom of the crate and standing those up. Now this does require a little bit of patience because you have to let the hot glue harden up so that they can kind of stand up on their own. Because I don't really want them leaning against the edges or anything like that. I want everything kind of growing straight up in my little carrot patch. So I'm going to do the same thing here in the front, 2, kind of centering those in between the ones there in the back. And again, I don't need to use any foam or anything because these carrots are so large. They really do a nice size on their own. Now I do want to weigh down the bottom and kind of fill it up a little bit. So again, I'm going to be using some pebbles. I just have lots of these blue pebbles. I love to craft with these, but I thought these would make a good filler here. It's going to kind of help the carrot stay straight up and down. It's also going to fill up space so I don't have to use quite as much floral moss for like the dirt that I'm going to use around the side of the carrot. So you're not going to be able to see any of these blue pebbles. This is just kind of weigh it all down so it's not top heavy and fill up the extra space. And it really kind of helps separate them all, make sure they're all standing up. This is what it looks like so far. And then we can fill the rest of it in. Now there are holes on the side where there's like little handle holes. So I didn't want to use dirt or anything like that because it would kind of come out the sides. But the brown floral moss will work perfect for that. I can kind of put it in between the carrots and the sides of the crate, in between the carrots. And it looks nice and decorative. It looks like, mulch in a garden. But it is messy. So definitely put something down when you're crafting with this stuff. You kind of get just like a powder there at the end. This is how it turned out, our little carrot patch. I think it's super cute. And I love these carrots from the Dollar Tree. I've really been wanting to make something with these. They also have like apples and lemons and different stuff like that. If you can find them, I highly recommend them. As you can see, they're nice and big. They have a great texture on them. And they're super cute for Easter decor. Okay, for the next DIY, I picked up one of these tier trays at Dollar Tree Plus for only $5. It's a bunny rabbit shape and it's light blue. I thought this would be so cute in my home for Easter. And I haven't done any new Easter tier trays this year. I think because St. Patrick's Day was so close and I did a St. Patrick's Day one this year. So I definitely need one because I need to take my St. Patrick's Day stuff down. And it's so cute. So this is how it kind of goes together. It folds out. It's got like two different pieces, and then it's got the two different trays. They have little hooks that come around and open up really sturdy, but then again, you can always fold it up and store it away. Isn't that so cute? Well worth $5. I think it came in like maybe pink too, but I saw the blue and I had to have it. Now, I'm going to kind of give a nest-like feel by using the brown floral moss on both tiers for filler, and I thought that would give me a fun, like, kind of nesty effect. So it's just a matter of kind of spreading these out, breaking it apart, covering all of the bottom of both tiers. And I couldn't find a lot of items at Dollar Tree to decorate it with this year, but I was able to find some really cute items from Dollar Spot at Target that really goes with like the coastal decor in my house. So the blue and like those different like rope kind of items from a Dollar Tree or the Dollar Spot, I thought this would look really coastal. As you can see, these are $3 from Target. You get 3 of the carrots, and I also got the eggs that are like that as well. So cute. I mean, seriously, you cannot make these for $3. And they're so coastal looking, right? So I'm just going to kind of gather those together, like kind of stack like 3 of the carrots together, kind of like that, into just a pile of carrots on the bottom tier. Kind of hard to show you a tier tray from this angle, but not a lot of DIYs going into this, just kind of adding things to it. These are the eggs. As you can see, you get 5 of these for $3 at Target Dollar Spot, and they are perfect. They look so high end. I'm going to go ahead and use all of them, piling them up on the top tier to kind of make it look like a nest full of Easter eggs. Now I'm going to turn it around. I don't think I only need a few more items here. I found these little flocked chicks from the Dollar Spot at Target too. Only $1, so cheaper than Dollar Tree, and they are so cute. This is the little yellow chick. We're going to put him right here on the top next to the eggs. I also found this for $1 at Target Dollar Spot. It's a little like eggshell cracked with little Easter yellow flowers inside. I thought that would be perfect for a tier tray. It'll match that little yellow chick. And then I have some of these little moss bunnies. I think I got these last year at Target Dollar Spot. They're kind of small. They're on about the same scale as the little chicks. So I'm going to pile a couple of those on the bottom next to the carrots. This was such an easy tier tray to put together. The bunny shape of the Dollar Tree tier tray really adds to it, and all of the little Dollar Spot pieces in there look so cute. It was absolutely probably the easiest tier tray I have ever put together, but hey, it works. Okay, so I got these little string eggs from the Dollar Tree. I picked up 2 packages in different colors, and then I grabbed one of these plastic cloches from the Target Dollar Spot. They were $5. They're really nice. They kind of look like real glass, but they're actually just plastic, so you don't have to worry about it breaking or anything. And it has a nice wood base. I'm going to leave the wood base as is so I can reuse it for multiple seasons. But I just want to use a little bit of Spanish moss to kind of make a little nest just by kind of making a circle and shaping it. So easy to make a little bird's nest with this stuff. But I kind of want it to fit in there so that the cloche will close. And these little string eggs are so cute. They're little like plastic egg cages that are those colors covered in the colored string. I could fit 5 in my little cloche. And if you don't have this exact cloche, you could kind of do your own thing with whatever you can find. But I definitely needed it to be rather large like this because these eggs were pretty big. So I did all of the colored ones and just left out the white one because there was no way it was going to fit in there. And honestly, that is all there is to it. Just a little fun dose of Easter you can kind of put anywhere. And you could do this with the little speckled plastic eggs from the Dollar Tree as well. That would be super cute too. But just super easy. Hey guys, if you're enjoying today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a like. That always helps my videos do better. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to turn on the bell. Okay, for the next DIY, check out these little bottle brush carrots they have this year, like a carrot pick. I thought we could do a really fun little Easter vase with these, since they're kind of like florals, right? I'm going to use that skinny vase that you see there from the Dollar Tree, some of the onion grass from the Dollar Tree, and one of their little grass rolled mats. I love crafting with that, but the rest of it's going on my kitchen table. I'm going to save the rest of it for sure. Now, the onion grass, I was able to find one regular, and then the only other one I could find had the eggs on it. So I'm just going to remove the eggs, and I'm going to remove any of like the greenery that is lighter, just so I can have a little bit more onion grass to kind of provide like a plant-like feel to go with the little bottle brush carrots, which I think are so cute. I love it. I love crafting with this. I covered a bunny rabbit with this in one of my previous videos. So I thought we could cover a vase. Wouldn't that be fun to have a grass vase? So I'm just going to roll this around to see about how big I need it to be. And then it's pretty easy to cut because it kind of has lines there on the back. So you can kind of cut a straight line. It does shed when you cut it for sure. So I cut it lengthwise, and now I need to cut it this way too. So I'm just going to kind of use a Sharpie to kind of sketch it out. So I'll know exactly how tall I need my grass mat to be. And this was such a fun thing to go with like the bottle brush carrots. I really love how this turned out. I'm just going to hot glue it. And I never had a grass vase before, so that's definitely something new and whimsical. So I just glue one end on there. It's kind of got like a rubber like rug backing on it. And I am going to glue the other side. Next year, I'm definitely going to have to pick up some more of this grass at Dollar Tree. It was Dollar Tree Plus, and you get a giant roll of it. I think it was $5, but well worth it. Isn't that so cute? Now for the greenery, again, we're using the onion grass that I already prepared. So I kind of have two of those. I noticed that I think I had trimmed some of these off for a previous DIY. So they were a little bit shorter. So I'm going to kind of get rid of any of those that don't really make sense. And I thought this would be nice tall grass coming out at the very top of this floral arrangement. And then we can do the little bottle brush carrots kind of coming in from the sides. I don't have to do anything to them. Just pop them in. I think 3 looks really cute together like that. And you can kind of do one a little bit taller than the other ones. But then I was thinking I need a little bit more plants, a little bit more florals. So I was trying to think of a floral that I could do that wasn't too busy, that would kind of go with like the orange and green vibe, not really clash with it too much. So I chose some little white flowers from the Dollar Tree that are just going to be perfect. They are kind of already on like little clusters here. So I'm just going to pull like 3 of those off and put those in there. Some of them were kind of missing flowers, so I'm just going to kind of replace those a little bit, but I'm going to kind of put them, there's just a little bit of space left in the vase between each one of the little bottle brush carrots, and I think this was the perfect final touch to this little carrot Easter floral. Super whimsical and fun for sure. Isn't that so cute? I really love the idea of using the grass on the vase. Very unexpected and very cute for Easter. Okay, the next DIY, I thought we could take some of these little terracotta pots from the Dollar Tree. They're so cute. You get 2 in a package and a little tinsel bunny head from the Dollar Tree. And I thought we could make a little topiary bunny head for Easter. So I don't really want my pot to be that terracotta color. Even though it is a pastel color, you could totally get away with that for Easter. I want mine to be blue. So I'm just going to go over it with a thin coat of Caribbean blue all over, just to kind of give me that coastal vibe. Super easy. I'm not going to paint like the inside or the bottom, just basically anywhere that you can see it. And then I thought we would cover that little tinsel bunny rabbit with moss all over. I've used those tinsel items before from the Dollar Tree, where I've tried to paint the tinsel green to make them look kind of mossy. And it kind of depends on, you have to get like a perfect color of green, and I don't think it looks too convincing. And so I'm not going to go that route. I'm just going to use reindeer moss from the Dollar Tree and attach that to it. And a lot of times I take the tinsel off before I DIY one of these little bunnies or one of these little tinsel structures from the Dollar Tree. But I thought it would be easier to have all this tinsel to glue that moss to. And so I'm just going to leave it on there. But I do want to get like the hanger, the mouth, the nose, the eyes all off. The eyes are probably the hardest to get off. I just kind of cut them off. And then the little bunny ears that they had on there are just made out of paper, so those are really easy. But it's the perfect size, I think, for that pot, and I think it's going to make a really cute little topiary. So that's what we're starting with. And then this is the reindeer moss from the Dollar Tree. I always try to make sure this is kind of a little bit damp when I buy it, because it makes it easier to work with, and I think it looks nicer. One of you guys said that you could always spray it with a spray bottle as well before you start working with it, and that is a great idea. So just going to start working one section at a time. I'm just going to put down a little bit of hot glue and moss and glue that down. Basically, this was probably the most time-consuming project that we did today, just because I have to cover the entire bunny with moss. But it was still really easy if you think about it, because we're just gluing moss to a bunny and putting it into a pot. So I think all of these DIYs today were really pretty simple, really fun to DIY. So I'm just kind of concentrating on one ear and gluing on the front of the ear, the sides of the ear, and the back. When I pick up a piece of moss, the bigger the piece that you can get, the better, and kind of a thin piece so you can kind of just lay that out and shape it down to size. So we're going to speed this way up and glue the second ear. I want it to be like super cute from the front and the back, but I don't really want any of that white tinsel to show through. I wonder if it would be easier to cover the white tinsel if I were to have painted it first. Then it would kind of blend in a little bit better, because I did find that I was struggling with the little white holes of tinsel like peeking through. I didn't want to see any of that in the final product. So we got both sides of the ears filled, and now we just need to cover like the bunny's face and the back of the bunny's head with moss. That section was probably a little bit easier. And one package got me pretty far on that bunny, and I had to open up a second package to do the other side of his face. So once you get it on there, you'll be able to see if you still have areas to cover, like the sides are going to still need to be covered anywhere that you see any of the white shining through. And as you kind of get it glued down, you can pull off any of the excess moss. But don't get too crazy with it, because then you're going to be able to see the tinsel through it. Just trying to get it as full as I can. And then once I get it all glued on there, I'm just going to go in there with my scissors and give it a very quick haircut, trying not to cut it so short that you can see the tinsel underneath of it, because, the tinsel is a little bit long, so there was a little bit to cover there. But it did work out pretty cute. And I love the look of the little topiary bunny head. I think it's so fun for Easter. So we got it all covered. Now, again, our little terracotta pot from the Dollar Tree. I thought we would just weigh it down, just with some pebbles. I have some pebbles from the Dollar Tree, but you can use whatever you have. Sometimes I go out in my landscaping and steal my lava rock. The Dollar Tree rocks are probably cheaper. And then I needed something to glue the bunny head to kind of stick it down in there. So I just picked a piece of floral foam from the Dollar Tree and just kind of trimming it down where it will fit in there, but it's not too high, just to kind of space that out. And then I'm going to cover that section with some more of that Spanish or reindeer moss, not Spanish moss. So it'll look like the pot is overflowing with the moss, with the little moss bunny head sitting right on top. So you could use, like, you're using the foam, you could use a post down in there, but I just used hot glue, and I just hot glued both the head and the top of that foam piece covered in moss, and it actually worked pretty well just to glue that on there. And it's not glued to the pot or anything at all, so I could always remove it if I needed to after Easter, and this is how it turned out. Our little topiary, isn't it cute? I thought the pot was a little plain, so I thought I could dress it up with a little trim, and they have the cutest trim at the Dollar Tree this year. They have like bunnies, chicks. This one is the carrots. It's a little orange trim pack, and it had this adorable little like Easter bunny ribbon. I thought that would be the perfect decoration for my pot, and it would bring in a little bit of color and a little bit of carrots. So I'm just going to cut that ribbon down to size. It's kind of neat, those trim packs. They have like the zigzag, they have the decorative ribbon, and then they also have the little pom-pom garland on there as well. I picked those up in pink, yellow, and orange. And so I'm just going to hot glue that ribbon to the front, or the back, I guess, and string that around and hot glue the other end to the back as well. And that's pretty much the only decoration we're going to do for the pot. I think he's now perfect. So cute. Let me show you what he looks like sitting in my house for Easter. Isn't he cute? I love that mossy feel, especially for spring DIYs. It's another carrot patch idea using one of these little metal buckets from the Dollar Tree with an adorable little bunny on there. It's all painted on there already. You're ready to go for $1.25. You have a little perfect base for a carrot patch. So I'm just going to fill this little bucket with some reindeer moss just to give myself some greenery. You could always use some foam if you don't want to use quite as much moss, but I did want a little bit of depth so that I could stand my carrots up in there. And using these little string or yarn wrapped carrots from the Dollar Tree, we're just going to pile those in there. And this is the easiest carrot patch idea that we've had today. So easy. This would be really cute on a tier tray, coffee bar, pretty much anywhere you could tuck this. And how can you get any easier than this? All you got to do is just put a little bit of reindeer moss in there. The carrots are already ready to go. I love those. I love those almost as much as the bottle brush ones. They're just so cute. You can do so many different things with them. And every year I buy them, even though I already have them, because I'm always like, you can't have too many carrots for Easter, right? Just like I can't have too many bunnies. So I just go around with that reindeer moss until I get it good and full. And this is how it turned out. Just a super easy way to display some of those little Dollar Tree carrots using a little Dollar Tree bucket. Isn't that so cute? Some of those little buckets they have for the seasons are just adorable, and they're always fun to try to figure out something crafty to do with them to display around your home. Okay, coming up next, I actually picked up one of these little basket liners from the Dollar Tree, and I thought it would make a perfect nest for some giant Easter eggs. So this is so easy to do. I don't have to do anything to it. It's circular, it's shaped like a bowl, and it's so much easier than trying to make something like this, I think. And so I thought we would just use that combined with the Spanish moss from the Dollar Tree to make like a big bird nest that we can fill with giant Easter eggs. Now, this project was so easy to do. It'd be really cute outside as well as an indoor decoration because it's really large compared to most like nests or egg DIYs or projects that you see. So these are the ornaments that we're going to use. They are covered in string, just like the little egg picks that we used earlier, trying to show you how cute these are. And they're like ornaments, I guess, for probably like an Easter tree. So I picked up one of each color, pink, blue, purple, and green. Loving the pastel colors for Easter. And look how nicely they fit in this size of a nest. And I'm just going to kind of stagger them around. And 4, I think, is the perfect size for this one. Now, the only thing I didn't like about it at this point is that it was really wobbly. So I was thinking that any kind of wind is going to blow it over. Anybody touching it, it's going to like blow it over. So I do have to weigh it down a little bit. You can see how wobbly it is there. So I just take everything out. It's so easy to put it back in. And I have like some of those Dollar Tree pebbles. You could use any kind of rock, anything like that. You don't want to make a big mess, but you just need a little bit of weight in the bottom just to make it more stable. Then we're just going to pile our little pastel giant Easter eggs back in. And we have a little giant Easter nest. I think it's so fun. I do sprinkle in a little bit more Spanish moss to make sure that the nest is really good and full. And I love how this turned out. This would be really cute to like sit it. If you wanted to like sit it outside, like in your yard or landscaping, you might need to stake it down or weigh it down even more. But this is cute just for decoration, I think. And this is how it turned out. How easy was that DIY? I love it. I love those eggs too. Think about all of the work saved by not having to glue that string around the little styrofoam eggs in that pattern. Love it. I love the look of it. Now I picked up one of these little Carrot Farm crates from the Dollar Tree, and I thought this was so cute. I had to have it, and so I thought we would make it kind of look like, you know, like the crates that you would see like at a carrot farm selling fresh carrots. To kind of go with the theme, you could leave it flat like this, or you could put like some wood blocks on the bottom, on the back, and then make it stand up kind of like it would actually be, you know, when you're selling produce where it's at an angle. Either way. And then I found these little mini carrots from the Dollar Tree. So I just filled up my front 3 with Spanish moss. And then I'm just going to use one package of these in each one of the little cubes and just kind of dump them in there. Some of them are a little messed up, but most of them are pretty cute. So you can kind of hide the irregular ones on the bottom. And there was just enough of those little foam carrots from the Dollar Tree to fill that up nicely, I think. Most of the space, again, is being filled up by that reindeer moss. And so I didn't want to do that for all of them. I wanted like the back parts to kind of look like a carrot farm garden. And so I'm going to fill that up with reindeer moss as well. And then I thought we'd go in there with greenery. That foliage that you see there, this is from the Dollar Tree, and I think we used this earlier. It really reminds me of like carrot greenery at the top of the carrots. So when you're growing carrots, of course, they're underground. So you would only see like the greenery. And so I'm just going to pull those little pieces off. So easy, you don't even have to cut it. And just kind of like stick that down into the reindeer moss. And so it'll look like little carrot plants are growing back there. Kind of like a box garden or something like that. And then the front part looks like carrots that have already been picked and are ready for sale. I thought I'd go with the little carrot farm theme of the crate. I always love these crates from the Target dollar spot, but I often struggle with knowing how to decorate them. So I figured it out on this one. I'm going to add a little bit more reindeer moss to make sure it's good and full. Super cute and so easy to put together. Now I got it all put together and I was like, what does this need? It needs something. And then I'm like, wait a minute. A carrot farm has to have a little bunny bum. So I have one of these little bunny bums from the Dollar Tree. This one has like the little pink foot pads. They also have one with blue. It doesn't matter. And I wanted off the skewer. And so I broke the skewer, but I still couldn't get it out just because it was glued on a little bit. And that was really going to get in my way. So I just use a little bit of heat carefully. Don't want to melt anything. Just to loosen that hot glue. And that worked. And I could peel that out and glue that back down. And then I thought we would have our little bunny over here, like head first, in the carrot plants. kind of off to the side, like he just came in and he's getting into mischief. And I think that was the perfect final touch. And I just attached him with a dot of hot glue to the plants to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. But this is how it turned out. This is how it looks kind of laying flat. But again, a few wood blocks under the back, you could make it tilt up. This is what we're going to decorate. This is my 3-tier tray from Target, the galvanized metal one. And let's get started. So I found these at the Dollar Tree. They're just listed as foliage, but they kind of reminded me of the greenery at the end of carrots. So I want a lot of carrots and a lot of like browns and woods and bunnies in my tier tray today. And so I thought it would be good to start with greenery, a lot of greenery. So I'm just going to go ahead and separate these 2 bunches into their individual stems. I'm just using my floral scissors that I got at Dollar Tree and just cutting them all apart. That way I can like sporadically like spread these all over my tier tray. And it's going to give me like a very random look of different greenery in all different directions. So I'm going to start here on the bottom and just kind of spread out like about 5 of those all around and kind of have them hang out the sides of our tier tray a little bit. Just to add a little bit more character, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to work my way up until I have used up all of that greenery. 4 on the second and a 2 on the top. And here is the next set of greenery that I found at the Dollar Tree. This is also listed as just foliage, but this is more like a fern. But I thought this would be really fun too. Doesn't really matter what you use. You can kind of use whatever you can find. I know greenery at Dollar Tree can be hard to find. I always try to pick it up when I see it because they always seem to have so many flowers and so little greenery. So I'm doing the same exact thing on this one. I have 2 bunches. I'm going to cut them all apart into their individual stems with my floral scissors. And then we're going to move to the tier tray and start decorating with this greenery as well. This is kind of bigger and more fernier, and I'm just going to kind of go in all the little spaces in between the first set of foliage that we used. And just start filling in all the holes. It can be very random. This isn't very much like a carrot greenery, but it doesn't really matter. I think it looks really cool for Easter. And then this is some lamb's ear that I had left over from a Walmart. So I had used this on my Thanksgiving tablescape, I believe. And so I have 2 long pieces. I'm just going to cut them both in half there. And it's going to give me 4 little short pieces here. And we can use this to decorate it further. I thought like this velvety like leaf kind of added a nice contrast. It's a little bit different color of green. So I'm going to work a couple of those in on my bottom. And I know that I'm filling up most of the tier space, but that's okay because I'm going to kind of like work things in. Just kind of building the greenery first, and we'll go from there. Now, this is one of those little wreaths that I picked up at the Target dollar spot for $3. And I thought this would be perfect for the top tier because there's like a pole in the middle and it's round, and it's going to give me just a little taste of boxwood on the top tier of our tier tray. And I'm really sorry if you can hear the crickets in the background. Crickets are so loud right now at my house at night, and I thought they had stopped and now they started back up again. So I'm just going to put that one on the wreath on the top tier and then just fill in what greenery I had on top. Okay, up next are some Target dollar spot finds. I got these moss bunnies and they're so cute. They're in a couple different positions, and I thought I could work these into my tier tray. I'm going to put this standing up one on my bottom and the one that's laying down here on my second tier tray, just kind of wherever they would fit nicely. And I also got the little moss bunnies in the smaller size. So this was 2 for $3, also at the Target dollar spot. And these are a lot smaller, but I thought it would be fun to have a couple different size of the moss bunnies on the tier tray. Totally goes with my like carrots, greenery, bunny theme. So I'm going to go ahead and work these two cute little guys into my tier tray. I'm going to do this one here on the bottom, just kind of working him in the greenery there. And I'm going to put another one on top, kind of hiding there in the foliage as well. I love the moss bunnies. I think they're so cute. Okay, I also found these cute little guys at the Target dollar spot. They look like wood, but they're not. And they were each $3 at the Target dollar spot this year. And I think these are the perfect size for a tier tray. So easy peasy, I don't have to do anything to them. I'm just going to take the tags off, and these guys are going to be ready to go for our tier tray as well. And I kind of got two of them in two different positions as well. I'm going to put one down here, I think, on the bottom, just kind of working it in. This one was a little bit taller. It's kind of standing up and peeking out. I love how all of the bunnies on the tray are all doing something a little bit different. And then I'll work this one in here on this tier tray, kind of peeking over the fern. And then they also had them in this smaller size. So this is also another 2-pack for $3 from the Target dollar spot. And you get two little bunnies that kind of look like wood. They are made out of glass, but they're painted with that like wood look. You could always recreate that if you wanted to like have a white bunny and distress it like with some antique wax or some brown paint, and you can kind of get that same feel. But these guys are ready to go. I told you this tier tray was going to be easy. They are a little short though, so I'm going to use some of these little, I guess they're like little cut logs from the Dollar Tree as some little risers just so they can peek up above the greenery. And I'm going to work them in here on the top tier of our tier tray. I also got this at the Dollar Tree. It's bunny bait fresh carrots. It's perfect. I don't have to do anything to it. I thought this would be perfect down here at the bottom because it's nice and tall. And it totally goes with our carrot and bunny theme. And the colors are perfect. I love it. And I didn't even have to make it. Now, I found this at the Target dollar spot. It's a tiered tray builder kit. And everything in this is perfect for the theme that I'm going for with this. It's $3. You get all these pieces for that. So it's kind of even cheaper than the Dollar Tree. There's the little framed house there with the bunny. There is 3 stacked wood carrots and also another little wood bunny there. Look how cute these are. So it's perfect with the brown and the greenery. And we have our little bunny there. That's going to be awesome for the tier tray. I wasn't sure I was going to use all of them, but I did. This one's wood on one side and like a gingham on the other. I think I'm going to use the wood side. That's kind of go more with my theme. And then the carrots are really cute. They're all tied together. They have little like yarn greenery on the end, and the colors again are perfect. So these are all going to go on our tier tray. So let's go ahead and find a place to put them. I'm going to put this little bunny down here on the bottom with the wood side out and kind of rearranging as I go so that there's enough room for all of the bunnies down there on the bottom. And then the next piece, I'm going to use that little bunny house. We're going to work this up here on this shelf. And sometimes you can kind of sit stuff on top of the greenery. Sometimes you kind of have to like kind of dig a little hole. I'm going to also put the little carrots down here on the bottom, kind of sticking out like that. And how cute are those? I love them. Now this one is from the Dollar Tree. It is a yard stake. And it's a carrot. It's so cute. I thought I could do something fun for the top of my tier tray with this. Now, it does have the stake attached to it. It's attached here at the bottom, and it's also attached at the top. So I'm using a pair of pliers to try to pull that off. Now, usually these like yard stakes from the Dollar Tree are not well made and they pop right off. This did make me work for it a little bit. I tried bending the wire back and forth, but that didn't really do it. So what I ended up having to do is to take my pliers on that bottom piece of the carrot and kind of pull it off the wire, and that did disconnect it. Now it's also attached here at the top behind the leaves. It's a little hard to get to there. So I found the best way was just to go ahead and use my loose wire there at the bottom and kind of unwind that all the way around until I can kind of get at it a little bit better because it's like all exposed. And then I'm going to pull that away. And you know, it might have been easier to use a little heat on that, but I was able to get it all apart. And I thought this would be perfect because I can just slide this on the top of my tier tray. I have the little pole that sticks out the top, and it's going to be the perfect little final decoration here for the top of the tier tray. And let me show you how this looks on there. And it kind of like bounces around. It's kind of cute. Another little carrot touch we're going to put together with this. Now, these are from the Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. They are carrot wood beads. Check this out. They have the green tassel, the orange beads, and a cute little carrot at the end. They are absolutely perfect for this tier tray. And again, they are ready to go. I don't have to do anything to them. They're a little loose, but that's okay because it's going to allow me to work it around on my tier tray a little bit better. So I'm just going to kind of sit it here on my second shelf. I like to have the little carrot, hang over the side. And then I'm just going to kind of lay that down into the tier below it and kind of have the tassel there as well. Now this I get at the Target Dollar Spot. Last year is a fabric carrot. These are the ones they have this year. They kind of have the cuter greenery, but I'm already using this on my Easter coffee bar. So I'm just going to go ahead and use one of these that I had left over from last year. Just to add another carrot, kind of give me some height down here on the bottom and just kind of sit that in the middle. And then I got 4 packages of these carrots at the Dollar Tree. They're a nice size carrot. They're wrapped like an orange string, and they have the little greenery attached as well. And oh, they're perfect. I absolutely love these. They have these in a couple different sizes at the Dollar Tree. They have a shorter one, and they also have one that's orange and yellow. Not a big fan of that one, but I really like these, and I'm just gonna spread these all over the tier tray to really go with that carrot theme that I want for this. So I'm going to go ahead and use all 4 packages. So I'm just going to kind of go around the edges and just kind of start spreading these out all over. Can't really have too many carrots on my carrot themed tier tray. I do go back after I get them all on here and kind of have them kind of going all in the same direction on each tier. I would have the bottom tier all lean to the right, the middle tier all lean to the left, and the top tier all lean to the left. Just kind of make them look like they're all going in the same direction. It turned out really cute. So just working those all around in our greenery. I don't want to push the greenery around too much. I want to kind of work around it so that you can still see that when we are done decorating our tier tray today. And I love how this turned out. I just can't believe how easy this tier tray was. This is probably the easiest tier tray I've ever had to do because most of the products were ready to go. I do have a DIY coming up soon. I'm going to go ahead and fill in carrots wherever I see a hole. I'm also going to put some carrots up here on the top. And I do have more Easter tier trays coming. So this is our DIY. I thought it would be really cute to do a little mini pennant banner to go around one of the tiers. So this is the burlap that you can get at Walmart. It's $2.97 a yard. I find this is the cheapest way to buy burlap, and I'm just going to cut off a little strip here. I just want to do just a very tiny pennant banner with this burlap. And I found some little orange felt carrot stickers at the Dollar Tree. So I thought that would be the perfect decoration for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out a little triangle piece. one that would be big enough for the little carrot sticker to fit on. So I'm just kind of trying to cut out something symmetrical. I'm going to go ahead and open these up. These are so cute from the Dollar Tree. And see if the carrot's going to fit on there nicely. And I think that's going to be so cute. I'm just going to use the burlap. I'm not going to use any other kind of fabric or anything like that. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut a straight line there at the top. And now I'm just going to try to make it look a little bit more symmetrical. And I'm going to go ahead and use that triangle as my pattern to cut out more. Now, to string my pennant banner together, I found a really great little orange and white baking twine at the Dollar Tree, and I thought that would be perfect. So I measured I'm going to wrap it around my second tier, and it was about 3 feet 36 inches. So I'm just going to measure my twine and cut that out just a tiny bit longer than 36 inches. Then I thought, you know, we could do like maybe a pennant banner like every 6 inches. So 3 feet. So spread them out like that. I'm going to need 6 of these little triangles. So I have them kind of just folded up and going to cut out a couple at a time until I get enough of these. And they don't have to be perfect, and it's okay if they fray a little bit. I'm just trying to get them all to look about the same size, and we have 6. So this couldn't be easier since these are little felt carrot stickers. All I have to do is peel the paper off the back, and I'm just going to kind of put them on there like this, the same direction as the triangle, and they're so cute and they fit on there perfectly. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that same thing for all 6 of our little pennant banners. And I think that's going to work out perfectly. So it's 3 feet around, so we have 2 for each foot. So every 6 inches, we're going to have one of these little carrot pennant banners. Now to attach that to our twine, I thought the easiest way would be just to glue it on there. So I'm just going to kind of lay that out and use my hot glue gun to put a little bead of hot glue along the top of that and just put my little burlap banner on top. Easy peasy. I don't have to work with a seam on top or anything like that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use my tape measure so I can measure to get these all on there evenly. And since I want them 6 inches apart, I'm kind of measuring like left side to left side. That is going to give me a perfect disbursement of these. And then I'm just going to keep working along and hot gluing one of those little carrot pennant banners every 6 inches. And this turned out so cute. I'm so glad that I decided to add this to our tier tray. I was going for easy peasy, and I am so excited with how this turned out. So to attach it, I'm just going to do a little dot of hot glue on the outside of my tier tray. You could tie it. I was just going for easiness, and I'm just going to string this along all the way around the top of our tier tray, kind of working around that beaded garland that I already have on there, and keep stringing this around. This turned out really, really, really cute. Those stickers are adorable. And I'm going to keep working my way around until I get to the other side. The other side of our twine, I'm going to go ahead and attach that with hot glue as well. And there was a little tiny bit of twine left over that I do just tie together. And that part of the DIY is done. Now, I have this sign that I got at the Dollar Tree, and it's not perfect, but it's really cute. So I thought I could make some little tiny signs with this for our tier tray. Super easy way to make some signs. So the first thing I need to do is to try to detach it again away from the little burlap sign it has on the back. And so I used my heat gun and pulled it apart. It was attached with glue and like one staple. And then I'm going to take this to my saw and cut this up into some small signs for our tier tray. And I got 3 signs out of it. I got the hippity hop carrot patch. I got the little carrots with the bunny that says a quarter. Oh, they're so cute. If you don't have a saw, you can totally cut these sun signs from the Dollar Tree with an X-Acto knife if you go over it a couple of times with a cutting mat. So we're going to go ahead and use all 3 of these signs. And I'm so glad that I thought to do that. What an inexpensive way to get 3 signs for your tier tray. And they're perfect for our theme. So I'm going to do the little bunny one down here on the bottom. It's the largest one. And I kind of have the little carrot patch sign, the first one, on the front of my tier tray. So it looks really, really cute. And just kind of sitting that on top of the greenery, kind of propping up that carrot that was behind it. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this one on the second tier tray too. Kind of cover up the back of the other sign there. And just kind of arrange it in there. You don't really have to use a stand or anything. I've got so much greenery going on in there that everything kind of stands up on its own. And let me give you a little tour around this tier tray. I think it's really cute. I love the greenery combined with all of the carrots. Another fun theme you could do for an Easter tier tray. I have done so many different Easter tier trays here on my channel. If you're looking for ideas, just search Easter tier tray and Crafty Beach and you should be able to get lots of crafting inspiration. But I think it turned out really cute. I've actually started using more of my 2-tier trays that I've got on Amazon rather than my 3-tier tray. It is so big. It does take a lot of things to decorate it, but it can be really cute to do a 3-tier tray as well. Lots of more opportunities for more carrots on this one. But I wanted to give you a little look around this one. And you know what time it is. It's time for the final reveal. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and got lots of crafting inspiration. Be sure to let me know which DIY was your favorite down in the comments below. Consider becoming a YouTube member and don't forget to check out my second channel, Crafty Little Beach, if you like to watch shorter videos on your phone. Enjoy!
Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We lift our hands up and pray, lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He is the change within us, there is a light. Let Him lead the way, lift our hands up and pray today. Oh, pray. Everyone needs somebody to lean on. Everyone needs someone who cares. If we come together as one, help each other get stronger. We are bound in together. Yeah, let's come together. We lift our hands up and pray. Lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He is the change within us. There is a light. Let Him lead the way. Lift our hands up and pray today. Oh, pray. Oh, pray. Oh, pray. Oh, pray.
I don't know if I can make it when I walk alone. Uh-oh. Can somebody come and save me? I just wanna know. I wanna know. If I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red lights. I don't know if I can make it when I walk alone. I'm not gonna lose myself. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight. Not gonna lose myself. And I wanna know, yeah, I wanna know. I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red lights. I could just stay the same or be winning the game. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight.
I came straight through the dirt, my sleeves pulled up, my head held high. No shirt, no shoes, but a beating heart, and I made sure that my tongue was tied. Try to shut up and just put up with all the lies they told. Guess this is what it's like when you grow up. I'm feeling old. Some say it's normal when you get formal. It comes with age, what a mistake. Cause when I was a kid, I dreamt of something greater. Like standing on a stage and hearing all those people shout my name. But now I'm hanging low and looking for someone to blame. So
I'm not gonna lose myself. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight. Not gonna lose myself. And I wanna know, yeah, I wanna know. I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red lights. I could just stay the same or be winning the game. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight.
I don't know if I can make the days.
Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of today's video. I also want to give you a huge thank you to all of my YouTube members for supporting my channel. Thank you to Karen O'Haron, Melinda Elizabeth, Jamie Job, Susan Edmonds, Tracy Knight, Janae Farrington, Pamelia Wren, Donna Schreiner, I Am Mojo Jojo, Live Another Day, Maren Christensen, Adrian Brolt, Debbie Middleton, Donna Tanner, Kim Rogers, and Maria Cruz Pagan. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate it. If you would like to become a Crafty Beach Fun member, all you have to do is hit the join button next to today's video. I think it's easier to do it on the computer. You're going to get early ad-free access to my videos, a badge next to your name when you comment down below, and a shout out in every video. Also, we would love to see your DIYs. Make sure you're a member of our private Facebook group, linked in the description of today's video. And I also always have chapters in my description of each videos if you would like to hop around any video. But in case you need more Easter crafting inspiration, I do have more videos available. Be sure to check out one of these videos right here. And until next time, happy crafting!